Good afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from easyMarkets. We've got a bit of an update that's important here today. We've got the US stock market falling sharply in the final trading day of the month. Now, the market is reacting to negative sort of connotations after, overflow still from concerns that the new Fed chief will be raising rates quicker than expected, but also there is a feeling that there is going to be new tariffs announced today. There's a lot of talk tariffs on steel around the world. 25% tariff is going to be slapped on by the US government tonight. A special press conference has been called. Heads of US Steel are invited, and it's very likely this is going to anger some of the global trading partners of the US, and the reactions to this and the potential for it to become a bigger trade war is the main concern. It's dragging down the Australian dollar quite sharply. We have broken below the 200-day moving average. Some weak local data as well, but the 200-day moving average at 77.80 and the key support at 77.50 have been broken. Looking very negative, very heavy at the moment. A fair bit of room here all the way down to 75 before the big next support here. So unless the US dollar turns around and stock markets turn around, Aussie dollar's in a lot of trouble. Now the euro underneath 122, a little bit more support coming through for the euro than most of the other pairs, but still US dollar is winning that battle. The big move coming through on the pound as headlines from Brexit negotiators are getting more and more negative and more hostile towards each other, as they now are fighting mainly over North Ireland's land border with the the European land border there. Northern Ireland and Ireland itself have created a lot of tensions, and exactly how they're going to give you access to each other, and whether there's going to be a full custom border or if there's going to be free flow of passage. It is creating a bit of anxiety. The EU released their position on the matter yesterday. It's very much at odds with what May was hoping for, and some of the more aggressive hard Brexit members of her cabinet and her party are probably going to be seizing upon this as fuel to sort of push negotiations towards the cliff edge, and that's where the market's selling because of the uncertainty, also because of the US dollar strength. But we are now at multi-week lows underneath 138. I have to go all the way back to early Jan to get to these same sort of levels. The next big support comes in at 136, so we've still got a bit of room here on the downside. So the US dollar is strong everywhere. Oil, you can see, is under pressure, but the stock market selling, that is quite aggressive. This is yesterday's candle here, and if you're looking at the dollar index, we are, as we come to air here, at fresh, although not dramatically higher, still fresh multi-week highs. We've still got a fair bit of room here, and we talked about this yesterday. This would put a few hundred pips on nearly every major lower if we were to get up to this normal sort of level of retracement. So still got a bit of room here to play. So those who are looking to sell the US dollar, just try and be patient. And those of you who are hopping on the most recent trend, there is a bit of room left to go. There isn't much data this week. All the data is going to be towards next week, where we do have the first NFP coming out on Friday. So this Friday's, even though it's the first Friday of the month, because it's only a half week, you don't get the NFP coming out on this particular fall. You do get it next week. In terms of the main thing that's left this week to watch, if you're going to watch anything, the new Fed Chairman Powell has his second testimony before the Senate now. So we've seen him before the House. Very unlikely he changes his tune. He did come across really well, and if he emphasizes his position, that his personal opinion that the current economy is got stronger in the last couple of months since the last rate hike, that will go further to concreting the US dollar strength, and also making the stock market a little bit more skitterish. If he softens his tone a little bit, given we'll see how reactive he is to the stock market's reaction, because since he first spoke, the stock's down 800 points. You might see a bit of a recovery after his speech tonight. Alright, traders, if you have any questions, please come through to the dealing room. You can get a dealer like myself to be assigned to your account to help you with your trading. If you're not a member of the easyMarkets team, there's a link below. If you are a member, you can contact us on those contact numbers. Thanks a lot.